So how much money do I spend living here in Cyprus per month? Okay, if you've clicked on this video, I presume you're interested in the cost of living here in Cyprus compared to probably where you are right now. For me, that was the UK. Probably a year ago now, 2 years ago, I was living kind of full time in the UK. For you guys that don't know, I used to be a firefighter. I used to have just a very kind of simple, secure job as they call it. And I just wanted more. I wanted to get out there. I wanted to travel. I wanted to live abroad. I wanted to work abroad. And I wanted to kind of design a better life for myself, because I was always worried and scared of being stuck in the same place for so long. Like, one of the things a lot of people used to say in the fire service was, you've got a career for life, like I can't wait to retire. And that used to scare me. Like, I was 21 years old when I joined, or even 20 when I was going through my training. And to think that I could have been there for the next 30, 40 years of my life, never actually taking risk, never actually moving abroad or traveling for like long time periods as I wanted to. Because yeah, I could have took a week off here, 2 weeks off here, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to actually travel and live abroad properly. So yeah, fast forward 1 year now, and I've actually been traveling for the whole of 2024. I spent like 6 months in Thailand, Southeast Asia, Malaysia I went to, just finished a month or two over in Bali, so Indonesia. And for the last month or so, I've been living here in Cyprus. And for you guys that are wondering, over the last 3 years, I've actually been working and living in Cyprus, but only in the summer season, okay? Not throughout the whole year. So it's a bit different in the summer, whereas now I'm currently recording this video in February. So the prices and the things that I talk about now it's good to keep in mind that this is just for me personally for the winter, and actually it's probably a bit different in the summer because things get more expensive. And here in Cyprus, especially on the east coast where I am, a lot of people come here for holidays, families, tourists and all that stuff. So prices do tend to get higher, but on average, hopefully this video can give you a better insight into, if you're thinking of coming to Cyprus or anything like that, what you're expected to spend or how much you're being ripped off probably in your home country, because that's something that I found personally. Living in the UK, I spent so much money on rent. The last time I was in the UK, I spent £1,600, so maybe like 2,000 euros, just for 3 months of accommodation where I was living. So yeah, not ideal at all. Obviously, cost of living's going through the roof over that side of Europe, and it's something which I advise anyone to do. If you're in the UK right now, think of how you can get out of there, okay? And I'm actually going to take off this jumper now because it's getting really hot. The sun is literally burning my back. Right, that's a little bit better, okay? Also, another thing that I want you guys to keep in mind is that I am currently living on my own. I have a 2-bedroom apartment here where I'm staying in Cyprus, and I don't have no children, I don't have no dependents or anything like that. So maybe these are things that you're going to need to factor into your own kind of budget schedule if you're thinking of coming to Cyprus or you're interested in moving abroad. This is just for my personal experience and my personal circumstances. This apartment is also like a 6-minute walk to the beach, so I'm in a very good location right now, and that's something else that I want you to take into consideration. Anywhere you go in the world, the closer you are to the beach, the more the rent is, the more the cost of living may be, okay? So think of that if you're coming to Cyprus. You can get somewhere a lot cheaper than where I'm currently staying in a different location, but you're not going to be as close to the beach and all the other things around here. So for the rent where I'm currently staying, like I said, 2-bed apartment, it's coming in at 800 euros per month. Now, remember, everything I say as well is going to be in euros. I'll put a total somewhere on the screen and I'll convert it into pounds as well if you're watching this from the UK. So yeah, 800 euros a month, and that gets me the tennis courts we have access to. That's including Wi-Fi, that's including actually a fully furnished apartment, which is something that I was really in on looking for, because I was looking at different places and some of them didn't even have beds, some of them didn't even have sofas, and this one's got beds, sofas, kettles, washing machines, dishwashers, knives and forks, everything that you need. So you can literally move straight in and no problems at all. For me, that's worth money in itself because it saves me time actually going out and getting the things, but it also saves me a lot of money and faffing around going to different shops and spending more money than what I probably could do on a sofa and things like this, okay? So fully furnished apartment, 800 euros a month. This doesn't include electric, this doesn't include bills. So bills roughly, it's going to be between 60 and 100 euro. I haven't had the first bill through yet, but I imagine, let's say it's 80 euro, okay? So it'll be £800 a month, 800 euro a month, sorry, plus 80 euro bills. And like I said, we've got tennis courts here. We've actually got like a private communal pool for all the residents that stay in this complex. Of course, we have the ground maintenance as well. So that's what some of your rent will go towards, keeping maintenance on, like the gardening, making sure it's all clean and stuff. Because to be fair, where I'm staying right now is very peaceful, very quiet, feels very safe, very secure. We have like obviously our own private car park with barriers and stuff where you need a code. And we also obviously have like cleaners that are going around tidying everything up. So it's probably worth the €100 in my opinion. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is transport. Okay, so if you're coming Cyprus, the thing that you're going to probably want to need to do, in my opinion, if you don't already, is learn how to drive, but also get a car. Okay, so if you're coming from somewhere in Europe and like maybe you've got a car there, then think about maybe getting it over here, or even when you get over here, just hire a car, rent a car. For me, I'm actually paying €200 a month for the car I've currently got. It's nothing crazy, it's nothing special, it's like a Mazda. It's like a very old Mazda, but it gets me from A to B. I don't need to use it too much. Like the gym now that I've actually moved to is walking distance, so I walk to and from the gym. Obviously, if I go shopping, I go Lidl and all that stuff, that's when I'll use my car for the shopping bags. And just days out, okay, like on average, I'm probably going out to like meetings and stuff maybe twice a week, 3 times a week maybe. So I need the car, but it's not necessarily something that you shouldn't like skimp out on. Do you know what I mean? If you're coming here, my advice is to get a car. Obviously, I'm spending maybe €50 a month on petrol, something like that. So let's say 250 a month. That obviously includes insurance and tax and stuff here. So yeah, it's not too bad. And to be fair, I think I've got a very good deal on the car that I've got. I think on average for like a semi-decent like modern car, you're probably paying 300, €400 a month. So maybe think about this into your own budget. Now, I know a few people that actually get buses and stuff around here. You can get buses. There are regular buses around here. I see them when I'm driving in the car. And the people that have used it and actually have told me about it, they said, yeah, it's clean, it's reliable, it's always on time, it's cheap. So maybe if you don't have a license and this is something you need to think about, then buses are here, okay? You can get a bus, you can get anything like that. There's bus stops, there's more than enough options to get in and around. But for me, it's much more convenient and saves me a lot more time to get a car. I can't remember the last time I actually got onto a bus. Now, the next topic I'm going to talk about is food, okay? Now, quite a big, important topic for me personally. I love food. I love kind of eating, to be fair. I eat a lot of food. And something that they've got here and something that I actually use quite often is something called Grillman, which is basically like a food delivery service which will literally deliver food to your doorstep. You can order it online and it comes within like 2 days. It's absolutely perfect. You can get like burgers, bread, meat, all that kind of stuff. Let me go and get you, I'll show you an example quickly. So here we've actually got a burger which I've defrosted out of the freezer. I'm going to have this for dinner today. And what I love about this kind of place, it's called Grillman Health and Fitness. I'm not getting paid to promote these guys. It's just what I use. It's what one of my friends recommended to me. And it literally says the calories on there. You can't see it on the camera, but it's got the calories, obviously the protein and everything. And they're all kind of protein enhanced. So this burger in itself is 200 grams. And it's got 50 grams of protein and just under 300 calories. So for me, that's perfect. I'm trying to lose weight, I'm trying to gain muscle. So high protein, kind of low calorie meat is something that I'm actually going for. I'll put pictures on the screen now of some of the things that I ordered. Like you can actually get like ready-made meals that come frozen, which you can defrost and just microwave for 2-3 minutes. Perfect if like you don't really enjoy cooking, or perfect if you live on your own maybe, and I don't know, cooking isn't really your priority, then just get some ready-made meals, 3 minutes in the microwave. It's more than enough, do you know what I mean? And for a month, I'm probably spending, I've got down here €180 roughly for a month. As I say, I haven't been using them too long, but the majority of the food I eat is actually just meat. So this takes up a big proportion of my kind of weekly or monthly shops, because I don't eat too many carbs. I don't splash out on like loads of bad foods and all that kind of crap, okay? I'm trying to eat very clean, so I eat very minimal. And at the supermarkets, I'm probably going weekly for things like milk, eggs, butter, bread, all that kind of stuff. And that's coming at probably about €30 a week. So let's say €120 a month plus €180 for the meat. That's like what, €300. Then don't forget, obviously, eating out and stuff. I don't actually eat out too much here. In the UK where I was living, I was eating out with my friends 2-3 days a week minimum. Here, I'm eating out maybe 3 days a month. Like very rarely do I eat out, or if I do order a takeaway or something like that, it's very, very rare. On average, I reckon I've put down here €100 for the month. That's about €25 a week. So if I go to like a meeting somewhere and I don't know, I get some food there, it's costing me like €10. If I'm out and about getting content, recording videos, then I'll go to like the bakery here, which is amazing, and I'll probably spend like €10 there on like a baguette, maybe a hot dog, not hot dog, a sausage roll, sorry, or just some little bits and bobs, you know. I don't really eat that stuff too often, but when I do, like I say, it's roughly about €10-15. So we say €100 added on top of the food for takeaways and things like that for the whole month. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is healthcare, okay? Because obviously here in Cyprus, it's not like the UK, there's no NHS or anything like that. Now, for me personally, because of me having a limited company, you pay into something called a GESI. Now, GESI is like the Cypriot national healthcare system, okay? I don't know too much about this, so you'd have to do your own research on this, but basically you pay a percentage of your income up to there's a certain up to like 4,000 euros. So you pay like 4% of your income every year to obviously the tax or the government or whatever, and they will kind of enable you to have free healthcare for the year. So the max that you can pay actually per year, obviously because someone's 4% could be a lot different to someone else's 4%. I think it's around 4,000 euros though. I could be wrong, like I say, do your own research, but healthcare is something else that you should take into consideration, maybe travel insurance and all that kind of stuff. So think about these things, guys. Next is the gym membership. Like I said, there's actually a gym membership, a part of this kind of complex, but it's not included. You have to pay for it separately. It's a private gym. So that gym and also the other gym that I go to is 60 euros a month, okay? So 60 euros a month on top of my monthly expenses is what I will allocate to the gym. And to be fair, nowadays, that's probably like an average price for a gym. I've been to gyms all over the world, Thailand, Bali, obviously the UK. In Thailand, they're actually more expensive, and in Bali, they're even more expensive. I think just because of the equipment and because of the clientele out there, like people that go out there are normally personal trainers or people that want to be in the gym or on a healthy lifestyle, so they can raise the price of the gym. In Bali, I was paying, it was like 80, 90 pound a month for a gym, but that was like a fully equipped gym. You had a pool, you had a sauna, steam room, ice plunge, ice bath, showers, outdoor area, calisthenics kind of equipment and stuff. It was really, really good. They had a cafe inside the gym as well for like protein shakes, food and all that stuff. So yeah, Bali's gyms were probably one of the best gyms I've ever been to. But I think now on average, 60 euro, what's that, like 40 something pound a month? It's pretty much the average price for gyms anywhere in Europe. Next thing is phone bills, okay? Now I actually have two phones for the first time, and the reason I do that is because I have my personal phone and I now have a business phone just because of the work that I do. It's nice to keep things separate on my business phone, and I don't like giving my personal number out too much. So my UK phone, the phone that I've always had, is £30 a month, or 30 euro a month, sorry, 20 something pound, which is about 30 euros a month. And the other phone that I now have a 10 euro a month contract just for data and kind of texts and stuff like that. That is actually a Cypriot SIM card, and my personal phone is a UK SIM card. So on average between the both phones, it's about 40 euros per month for my phone contract. So that should show a total now as 1,630 euros. This is what I've got down here. Of course, on the screen, it might be different if my calculations have been a bit wrong, but you can kind of roughly see how much I'm spending per month here. Obviously, think of things to take into consideration is like subscriptions. So like Spotify, maybe you use a Zoom subscription. Maybe you've got other subscriptions that you subscribe to on your phone and on your computer and stuff. Obviously, take this into account because it's something which not a lot of people actually think about. So look at your monthly expenses, maybe add this included. I could include mine as well and it would obviously raise the price. I'd say on average, maybe £100 for my subscriptions that I use every single month. Of course, that's going to vary between person and person. So yeah, maybe I didn't add it to the list, but it's something that you need to be thinking about. Other things that you need to think about as well is like, for example, me, when I come here, we're setting up a company. That's not free. You have to pay accounting fees. You actually have to pay to set up the company, which is like 2,000 to 3,000 euros. So it's not cheap. Of course, as well, I've bought like a monitor for where I'm staying. So that was like 300-400 euros with the accessories. A desk as well I've bought for where I'm staying. So when you first move abroad, when you first kind of think about your cost of living, it's not just the basics that you're going to need. It's all the added extras as well. Of course, if you've got kids and children and all these kind of things and dependents and stuff, then your monthly expenses are going to be a lot more than this. But maybe there's two of you, okay? Maybe there's two adults, whereas for me, I'm just on my own living here, 2-bed apartment. So this is all just for one person. Obviously, your electricity would be more if there's two of you and you've got kids and stuff like that. More frequent showers, more frequent washing up and all that kind of stuff. So think about these things when you're thinking of coming to Cyprus or when you're thinking to move abroad anywhere, really. So yeah, the total actually isn't as bad as what a lot of people think it would be, okay? Now, I'm actually saving so much money by living here in Cyprus, not only from my cost of living and my expenses throughout the month, but also my tax bill and everything like that. Because now I've set up a company out here, I do not pay taxes in the UK. I'm kind of done with the UK, obviously family and friends and stuff, but that side of my life's complete now, sorry. Now I'm opening like a new chapter. So like I say, not only am I saving money from expenses, but I'm also saving money on taxes and things like that. So it's all these different things to take into consideration. For me, I think moving abroad was the best decision of my life because it's completely changed my life in terms of work-wise. It's completely changed how I think, and it's just made me grow up a lot faster than probably a lot of other people. And it's always also good to get outside your comfort zone and to travel and to live in a new place. Like if I could give advice to my children in the future is just leave your hometown as soon as you can. As soon as you're 18, as soon as you're an adult, go and explore, save up some money, get it behind you, and just go and figure out what it is that you actually want to do, because a lot of people nowadays don't really know what they want to do. I definitely didn't know what I want to do. And I'm still, to be fair, still figuring it out now. Do you know what I mean? I'm just rolling with the wind. I think it's very rare where you'll find a situation with somebody where they're so adamant on what they want to do, like maybe they want to be a doctor or a lawyer or anything like that. So it's very rare to come across. If you are one of those people, then I take my hat off to you. Obviously, you've kind of got a clear path into where you want to go. But for the majority of us, life isn't always that simple. It's never really as easy as that, should I say. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions or anything you want to ask me, let me know in the comments. If you're thinking to move to Cyprus or you're in Cyprus right now, let me know, man. We'll link up, go for a coffee or something. I'm more than happy to meet new people and to kind of build new relationships. So yeah, it's interesting. But for me, at the moment, there's no better place to be other than Cyprus. Like, everything is so easy here. The lifestyle's so relaxed. Obviously, you have sun every single day. We're in February right now. In the UK, it's freezing. It's probably snowing and icing. Now, I'm literally sweating in this just the top. I've got tracksuit bottoms on. I should probably have shorts on, but the weather here is one of the big things. Like, when I move abroad and when I think about where I want to live abroad, the weather is such a kind of major key role into where I go, because the sun just makes me more productive, makes me more motivated, and just gives me a better mood, okay? Like, all throughout the day, I'll be in a better mood if it's sunny. Like, it actually rained here like 2 days ago, and I didn't enjoy it. I was thinking to myself, oh, I don't like it here, man. Like, I don't know, I don't like the rain. It really had like a big impact on my mood. So for me, it's very important to be somewhere, as you can see, which is sunny and just nice to be around. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you've got any other questions, like I said, leave them in the comments, like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.